Press pause, grab your yoga strap, and join me for this total body self-treatment. Hip strap stretches tonight using a yoga strap. I personally like the cinch strap, but you don't want something that's stretchy because it'll give you a completely different feel and it won't give you the tension that you need. You can also take the belt from a robe or take an old sheet that you're not going to use anymore and make long strips with a loop in the end, about like so. Okay, so a few different options there. So I just wanted you to enjoy the sunset with me tonight, and I really can use these hip strap stretches. Typically go without shoes. Okay, so we'll take the strap around the ball of the foot. That's the important thing. Some of you might need support under the head. If your head is tilted up like this at all, you're going to want to take the support and put it under. Or if you just want it for comfort, just make sure that it's very small, because you don't want your head lifted up this way in any sense. So if you can go without something under your head and have your head, neck in good alignment, then I encourage that. So you may need to have your knee bent, toes pulled back. Now I reach up high with my hand, wrap it around. I'm not going through all the details here. I just want to get this out to you so that my arm is straight. So if I relax my leg a little bit, it's giving me an arm pull, which is kind of cool. And then this is lengthening through the support of my hand. Oh, already it feels good. So now I'm going to straighten out, my left leg, put my toes back toward me, reach my heel away like I'm doing a leg lengthener. And that makes me need to bring my leg down a little bit so that I don't bend my knee. Feels good already through my chest. I can feel it pulling. So I'm going to stay here for a bit. Little cats are complaining at each other. Come here, Tommy. Tommy, quiet. Come here. Oh. Anyway, make sure you connect with your breath. Bring that left shoulder down. And if you think about your shoulder blade for a moment, are you rounded up real far like this? Just think, where's your shoulder blade? Can you open it up more, bring the shoulder blade down the back and lower it on the floor so that your shoulder, especially the very front of it, is less forward and in, but it's back and open. Okay, so you can feel the shoulder blade on the floor. Now, what I do here typically is bring my arm out to the side because my arm is often tight in the front here. Most of us are. So lengthening through the fingertips, lengthening through the heel. Now maybe your arm is right here. That's fine. If you feel a stretch here already, I'd hang out here. But you can also snow angel. I like to say snow angel because imagine you're pushing the snow with your upper arm. We want to keep that upper arm down on the flat surface. And reach and lengthen. Stop where you need to. There's actually still mosquitoes out here. I'm surprised. And let the leg come out to the side, to the left. To the right, sorry. And now I'm reaching my ball of my foot away, and it's pulling my arm and my chest. Oh, feels really good. Reaching and lengthening through listen here, my left heel reaches out, my left fingertips reach away, my right shoulder blade thinks of lengthening away from my body, as does my elbow and wrist, and my left leg reaches with the heel as it pins the sit bone down to the floor. So it's like lengthening the whole back of the right leg. Oh. And then when you're done with that, listen to your body. Bring it back up, and you're going to bend the knee. Now, some of you may need to bend your other knee at the same time. That's fine. Or you can keep it straight, or maybe start with the knee bent and decide, are you going to hold on to the strap and keep the elbow on the floor? Or can you reach up higher? And would you rather grab here? This is what I prefer, just because it pulls into my arm even more. Now I'm going to lower the leg down. Deep breath. Notice where else you feel this in your body as you reach and lengthen the left heel away and the left arm. Think of your rib cage on the left. Bring your pelvis down towards your heel, but think of your rib cage going up toward your armpit. So you're lengthening from your rib cage, not from your fingertips. See the difference? think about your fingertips for a moment, lengthen and relax, and then think about your rib cage and your shoulder blade lengthening away. It's a completely different feel. And it's okay if you don't feel that right now, just know that it will come. And then from this position, we're going to grab the strap with the left hand. So we're going to bring it across the body. So now you've got the opposite arm, opposite leg. And you can, a lot of times people get confused here, but you can have your leg however you want it. Maybe you want it really bent, or maybe you want it almost straight. You're going to wrap the hand around. You don't have to wrap it around if you don't want to, but for me, it just takes a little bit of stress off my hand. And let your leg come across the body. It's okay. Let the pelvis come up, because we're getting into the spine here. And just being very careful. Some of you may be way up here. It might be good for you to do this next to the sofa so that you can rest your foot on the seat of the sofa. That's fine too. For me, I need to come all the way over here and reach and lengthen your right fingertips away. Think of your right foot pulling against the strap and stretching out your left arm. So let me say that again. Your right leg is across your body, but your left hand is holding the strap. So if you cinch it up real tight, as far as you can, then you let the leg relax and let it pull or against the left hand. And it's like you're getting a very gentle arm pull. So now I'm getting pulled clear across my body here. It feels so good. And then, and you can stay longer, but you can bring, the next one is to open the front of the hip. So you let the strap twist on the foot. So now you're pointing, because before you had your foot flexed like this. Now you're gonna point. Point the foot, let the strap twist. Now you're going to bring the strap over the shoulder, bend the bottom knee so you have a bigger base of support down there. And now I like to put this strap right where my upper trap is tight, which isn't really bad right there. So now I'm going to support my shoulder here, bend the elbow. Now think of the thigh, keep it parallel to the floor or the ground, and reach it behind you. It's not so much about the bend of the knee. Look how my knee is not bent that much. But it's about my hip and my thigh moving backward. By the way, if you listen this far, I hope you're doing this with me. You get the benefit when you actually join me rather than just watching. Oh, so now I'm thinking about my right knee. Listen to this. Reach the knee away from your heart. Think of the pelvis lengthening away with the knee, away from the body. And notice how that changes your spine. And into your hip, it lengthens everything. Oh, that feels so good. We sit so much during the day. This area is bent so often that oftentimes people lose the ability to go back at all, and we really need that for a supportive, safe gait, especially in later years. But this is when we have to take care of it now, deciding that 10, 20 years from now I want my hip to be able to move back and I haven't been doing this every day. Guess what? It's not going to. Okay, let's go over here. Now I'm going to take the strap off and I'm going to feel the difference between one leg and the other. And I can feel completely different on the right side. When I teach these classes, oftentimes as I go around the room and check everyone's pelvis first, I'll tell them if there's a leg that's longer or shorter, right? And so many times through this series, they'll do this, and then I go back around the room, and half of those people have resolved their pelvic alignment issues from doing these stretches. That's what I love about them. Anyway, let's go to the other side. Oh, so pretty out there. So this gets very easy after a long time. So see how I bend my knee at first? So I reach up, grab the strap, wrap it around. Okay, now I'm going to straighten the knee. When I straighten the knee, it pulls on my arm a little bit. See that? I want that. See that shoulder blade? I want it to pull me a little bit away. Oh, feels good. It's not uncomfortable at all. It's wonderful. So when I let my leg relax, it's pulling my arm and getting into that fascial system. So now I'm going to straighten out my right leg. I'm going to snow angel my right arm overhead. And now I feel like I'm being pulled from all corners. But I don't just hang into it. I'm a little bit active. there's some activity going on here. I'm reaching my arm, right? So I'm lengthening. I'm using the muscle contraction to pull against the biotensegrity fascial system. Anyway, it's a long sentence, but what it means, what all those fancy words mean, is that when we contract our muscles, we get a little bit different stretch on some other areas, okay? So notice that if you relax your leg, you feel it feels one way. You lengthen, even if your legs stay straight, all of a sudden engage your muscles, pretend you're pushing something away from you. Notice how when you contract those muscles, it feels different inside your thigh. And when that happens, there's a change at the cellular level. So we're getting a little bit different pull on the connective tissue than we would have if we would just relax those muscles, okay? So from here, I could stay here a long time. I'm gonna come out to the side. And notice how the pelvis wants to come out because I'm tight here right now. So I'm gonna think about bringing my left buttocks down. Bring the left buttock down as you reach and, I'm sorry, not the left buttock, the right buttock, as you reach and lengthen the right leg away. The bugs are attacking me, so I'm losing my cool here. Push the right hip down so the leg that's out reaches and lengthens away. The right leg reaches and lengthens away, but I'm also, the part of my pelvis that wants to pop up toward the sky, I'm going to think of pinning it down to the ground. And when I'm doing that, I'm activating my whole trunk and I'm lengthening through there. So I'm also going to think of lengthening my rib cage up and away, and I'm also now connecting into my shoulder blade, so I probably went a little too fast. Connect through your leg. Reach and lengthen your leg. Feel your rib cage, lift it out of your pelvis. Keep the rib cage lifted. Roll your shoulder blade back and press the shoulder blade slightly into the ground too. Now go back to your right foot, lengthen it away, keeping it active this whole time. So not only are we stretching here, but we're changing the neurological system that is confused, because when we have tightness in our body for years especially, the muscles kind of get used to working in that position. But we need to teach them otherwise, and part of changing your connective tissue and caring for your myofascial system involves retraining those areas that are used to old bad habits. So now I'm going to bring this in, bend the knee. It's getting pretty dark now. Not sure if this can be seen, but I'm going to speed it up just a little bit here. I'm still reaching through this right side. I'm using my left leg to push against my hand, so I'm getting a stretch and lengthening into the shoulder blade here. At the same time, I'm feeling a wonderful stretch through the hip. Then I'm going to take the strap in my right hand, and I'm going to bring the leg across the body to the right. And the knee can be bent or more straight here. I just like to look the opposite way, ground my left hand down, reaching my left heel away from the body, lengthening my right leg. And now tuning into my rib cage and feeling the stretch all the way up my spine into my head. So see where you can connect the dots. Softening. Now this is that a little bit tricky one. Point your toe here. You're going to let the strap twist around your foot. Come around over the shoulder. And it's not about the knee bend, it's about bringing the thigh back. You don't want it up real high toward the sky, but bring it straight out from the hip. And reaching behind you. And I won't hold that one now, but. So that's another way to look at the hip strap stretches. It's something that I kind of developed through the years for myself. So you may find things yourself that complement this and are different than the way that works for me. And that's fine too. I always love to hear your comments, and please keep taking care of yourself. Have a good day. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe for future videos on myofascial self-care. You are creating tomorrow's body today. Thank you for watching.